Good afternoon, good evening, and good morning. And welcome to this week's episode of Battle Nations Radio. This is your host, Hobby Hangout. And we got a little bit of a fun one for y'all this week. What's up, Schmabo? We'll be doing a little bit of an award show, a little bit of a prediction show. We'll have some special guests tuning in here. So I'm excited to have them for tonight. I do have a new microphone. Was able to get some stuff. What's up, Howkin? Thanks y'all for tuning in. I do appreciate it. I do have a new microphone, so please let me know if that sounds good. If I need to make any adjustments, I'm working with that. What's up, Clays, man? Thank you for staying up. I appreciate it. But if anything sounds funky or I need to make any adjustments, just let me know. I'm gonna work through that throughout the show. Get some music going here and whisper sweet nothings into your ear as we enjoy this Tuesday night of Battle Nations. Schmabo said, "Lurking for now, brother. Have a nice stream. I'll come back when. I appreciate it." And guys, we do have a special guest. Let's go ahead and put our hands together. I think that's a little too fast-paced for what I'm wanting tonight. All right, and guys, ladies and gents, put your hands together for Oki. He's going to be... I didn't have the music line.
Way too overstimulated right now.
What's going on? How are you doing, man?
Good hey, how you doing? Yugami's getting in here right now.
Perfect. Did you send him that link?
Yeah. He's setting up his stuff. Is my audio good and everything?
Audio is perfect. Can y'all hear him? Everyone in the chat, can y'all hear him? Let me just go do a sound thing here, and we'll wait for him to join, and then we'll go ahead and get into it. I'm just gonna have some Battle Nations gameplay in the background going on tonight. Also, you do not have to share your video or anything like that either.
Okay.
All right, and here he is, adding him to the stage. Please welcome Yugami.
Oh, there we go. Am I quiet? Am I good?
No, you sound great, honestly.
Okay, cool.
Sounds like chat can hear the both of y'all. That's good to see. And then through this application, y'all should be able to see the chat off to the side too, so it's not going to create any looking back and forth.
Wow, this is neat. I've never seen this program before. This is cool.
Thank you. Well, guys, please, ladies and gents, please put your hands together and please let me welcome for the first time to the show is going to be Boom Bus Radio. I'm really excited to have these guys tonight. I've been listening to their content as a podcast or in work or on drives or anything like that. It's a ton of fun to listen to. I'm actually going to drop their channel link right now. If you haven't subscribed to them, they're at 42 subscribers. Let's try and get them up to 50. Yeah, let's get them up to 50 before the end of maybe by the end of tonight. That'd be real neat.
I support that notion.
Yeah.
So there's that link. If you haven't already, go hit that subscribe button. Remember, anything that we can do to boost up all of the Battle Nations creators, let's do it.
Yeah.
It's free advertising for the game, and that's kind of the most important thing. But do you want to go ahead and give your little TED talk and introduce yourselves? Inspiration for making the channel, a little bit of context behind you all playing the game, anything along those lines. Just a little background information if y'all want to kick it off here.
I'll let Oki take this, and I'll add a little something at the end.
Yeah, I got you. Hobby, I don't know if you're hearing it. Is Yugami's audio kind of choppy for you? It might just be on my end.
Can you speak one more time?
I'm talking.
It's slightly, but it's nothing I can.
Do I need to hold on? I can.
Okay, that's fine.
Let's
Anyways, for us starting the channel, it was actually just a conversation that we were having between staff, just about we wanted to contribute a little bit more to the game, and I personally felt like there wasn't that many Battle Nations creators and such. So I've always wanted to make YouTube videos. I've just never really had something to make videos on, and this felt like the perfect opportunity to do it. Originally, I was just going to do them myself, but then Yugami suggested, "Oh, half jokingly, what if we did a Battle Nations podcast?" And I was
Yeah.
all over it. I was like, "Oh, this is the best idea that we could have come up with." Um, so that's how the channel came about. In terms of playing the game, I played the game like when I was a kid. Probably when I was
Yeah.
like 12, 13, whatever, in like middle school. But like, I'm a kid and I'm kind of dumb, so I couldn't figure out like how to play the game or how to be good at it. I just thought
Yeah.
the units were cool.
Of
Um,
course.
and then I saw the project like a couple years ago and joined the Discord, and I totally forgot about it for like 3, 4 years. And then out of nowhere, I just looked up Battle Nations one day, and I saw it was back on the App Store. So I went and checked the Discord, and it was June 30th, I'm pretty sure. So like right
Oh.
before, right
Yep.
before they closed off the promotional units, I went and bought those like right away.
So you got all the way up to Mammoth tier?
Yeah, like immediately, because they said they were closing it like that next night, and I had to make the decision like, am I gonna
Yeah.
want to play this game long term or not? And I made that pretty quick.
Yeah, they got you with the FOMO buy real quick,
Yep.
but no, much appreciated to all of our all the patrons. Yeah, it's a huge help to the game. So Yugami, am I saying that right?
Yes, Yugami. Yeah.
You want to go ahead here?
Yeah, I mean, my story is basically the exact same in terms of starting the game. I was just a kid. I don't think I even fought the AC when I started.
Nice.
That shit was like magic to me. So
Yeah.
yeah, I was a little mini whale as a kid. I had some allowance that I got to spend on the game.
Nice.
I had some cool units, and then the game shut down, and I didn't play it again for quite a while, of course. And saw that, every few years I'd check to see if the game was coming back or if something was happening. Eventually, I saw that that Madrona was basically working on it. They were starting up a project to try and get it back. And joined the Discord. Didn't really check on it very much. Then I don't know what I saw. I think it might have been a Reddit post or something, but I saw that the game basically went live.
Okay.
And or at least it was in beta or something to that effect. And I joined. I still didn't play until basically release, and I joined HSC, and I'm here now. In terms of Boombus Radio, it was Uki was wanting to do some content for it for the game, and I thought it would be cool to join in. I mean, I like hanging out with him, so it just seemed like a fun idea.
Yeah, y'all mesh off of each other very well. You're kind of a good combo.
A bit, so I guess it helps. And then really, this is just my excuse. I've been using it as an excuse to learn how to edit stuff and use Photoshop, use Premiere, stuff like that. This has just been my big excuse to mess with all of that stuff. So I'm enjoying it, but I'm more on the back side of things.
Okay, so do you come from like industry experience
No,
or
absolutely not? I've been learning this.
it's just self-taught?
Yeah,
That's
we're doing
awesome.
this project.
That's fantastic. Well, it looks good. The logos and everything look really good. So that's a ton of fun to see. Obviously, for about an hour and a half podcast, it's going to be pretty hard to. It's going to be pretty hard to do animations or something for that the whole time. So this is why I just choose to stream in 720p. Not the best quality in the world. So y'all are both in HSC. And this is going to kind of get us into our main topic tonight. So I'll go ahead and do a little introduction for our main topic tonight. So what we're going to do for tonight is we have a segment I'm going to call the Guildies. That will make no sense to you unless you've seen The Office before. And you have seen the episode called The Dundies. So this is a play on the Dundies. It's called the Guildies. This is essentially an award show that will be done for guilds. And my plan on frequency to do this for is going to be after every 3 boss strikes. So after every 3 boss strikes, we'll go ahead and do another episode of quote unquote the Guildies. And I have some categories listed out for us tonight. Oki and Yugami, you can both attest that I have not given you these categories before. I'm
Oh,
kind of flying y'all in blind here, so thank you for bearing with me. This was somewhat of a last-minute idea. I was kind of hoping we get guilds this week, but if not, we'll prep for them. And I have a little roadmap for y'all. So
Okay.
I have a picture of all the guilds, and we can in a little introduction to each. So if we don't know everything, that's totally fine. Hey, what's going on, Digital Soju? Good to see you, man. But I have that for y'all. So I'm not going to make y'all blind fire and just pick HSC for every category.
Okay.
We might still do that.
You might still do that. I'm not sure if you aren't going to want to pick HSC for every category. If you do, that'd be
Okay.
that'd be interesting. Straight from the devs roadmap. Is there a devs roadmap that I'm missing? Boca, what are you talking about, man? Sorry, I'm going on a side quest here.
I don't think that there is.
I'm not
That'd be
seeing it.
pretty
I'm
neat.
not seeing it.
Actually, there was like one message from Alex like a month or so ago, maybe, but it was more of a off the cuff thing.
Your roadmap, yeah. So my roadmap didn't work out. I was at the 14th for guild. So yeah, that one didn't work out, unfortunately. But we're okay. So that's how we're going to do it tonight. We have winners for all the guilds. If you are interested in any of these guilds that we talk about tonight, I will make sure to leave contacts for recruiters for all of these guilds. So if you want to get in as part of the fun, if you want to try your shot at one of these guilds, you're more than welcome. If you have any questions, I'm happy to kind of assist you and point you to the right person. Most of y'all know how to contact me. If not, find Terminator on Discord. I can also be seen as Hobby Hangout in the in general and intergeneral for Battle Nations. But with that being said, Olki, sorry, I'm going to butcher that every single time, and you got me.
You're good.
We were talking a little bit beforehand, and y'all said that you were your squad leaders in the in HSC. Do you want to give a kind of a quick background as to what that might be for someone who's not familiar?
You want to go for that? You want me to?
Yeah. I can take it. Effectively, squad leader is just a fancy term for a janitor. We do we track everybody's progress. Really, is how I like to think about it.
So you got me. You're in sales, right?
Yeah. Basically. So we just, people come to us in the guild. They, we're in charge of like 20-ish people each.
Okay.
There's a bunch of us squad leaders, and people will just come to us and they'll tell us like, hey, this is the progress that I've been making. Can you update my, internal guild tracking scores and stuff like that? And we update it, and then we, adjust their roles and everything like that, and they're good. We also just help with prereq stuff, but that's about it.
And are you comfortable going over what your prereqs are? I'm sure you have. Do you have one or two guilds?
All that stuff is public.
Yeah, all of that's public. So our prereqs, we actually use our own system in terms of tracking progress. It's called medals. There's like a little spreadsheet you can fill out on our Discord, and effectively it takes your in-game progress and converts that into a medal score, so like a medal count. And then we use that to give you a rank within the guild, and that kind of just determines where you're at. And then for the prerequisites specifically, it requires a certain amount of medals in each category.
Got it.
So for HSC right now, it's 80 production medals, 50 military, 70 for units, and then we have some unit count stuff, like having a certain amount of heavier tanks. Like I think right now it's 25 supers or heaviers. And then other stuff like 15 million gold. But for the most part, it's just tracking your progress.
Gotcha. And you said you're both in charge of about 20 or so people.
Yeah.
Is that 20 within the main guild or 20 divided among?
Two
a little bit divided. Yeah, it's divided, but it's mostly in the main guild.
Gotcha. So HSC is hosting two then.
Yeah, we have like our main HSC, and then we have HSC 2. Which is just like our feeder guild. It's basically to house an extra set of people for, like, let's say in the main guild, if you need to like take a break or you can't really dedicate as much time to a strike, we can move people up or down.
Okay.
depending on where they're at. It's also a good way for us to get people who want to be HSC into the guild if they're not quite there yet, and give them a place to like, grind up
Hang
in
out.
while they're working towards the main.
Yeah.
Got
Standard
it.
feeder guild stuff.
Is there anything, and kind of last one before we get into the main conversation, right? Is there anything that you think that HSC sets it apart from the other guilds right now, or just something unique about HSC? Doesn't have to set it apart from the other guilds, but just something you're like, oh, I love that they do that, or something that makes you really happy.
Too much, but
Okay.
I'll say that one of the best things that we do, in my opinion, is we're very detailed in tracking. We track almost everything about a person's account in terms of
Their
in accounts and
logins,
progress, and
yeah,
maybe not that far, but we track a lot of their progress, and it's pretty detailed. So there's an internal leaderboard and stuff like that, and
got it.
We're making sure that everybody's up to snuff when it comes to the boss strike stuff.
Yeah, I would say probably like the level of like information that the guild holds. Max is like super numbers oriented. That's what he does for work.
Okay.
And he's got that stuff absolutely locked down. It makes us feel like, very prepared for things whenever you can see the full breakdown of how and why something works, and have that all laid out for you.
Yeah.
Now, sometimes it can be a little egregious. Some of those documents are absolutely humongous, but it's better to be, over-informed than not-informed at all. I think that's something that we do really well.
So you just feel like they prepared you the most, and you have the data, it sounds like, behind each separate type of boss strike. So hey, if I'm getting Lieutenant Doran or Yuzel, the Raptor trainer, I might have said both of those wrong. You feel like your guild is giving you the data to combat those and know how to take those on the best.
100%. We almost have like our own internal wiki in terms of just extra information. We have we collect data on like drops and stuff like that. We just collect a lot of information, and then same thing goes for tracking our actual users and making sure that everybody's caught up for when the actual boss strike does come around. I think that we're going to be doing really well.
Have you kind of getting a little sidetracked here, but well, that's what it's for. Has anyone from your guild communicated with the devs about this data collection? See if that's gonna could help them. Anything along those lines? Just has there been any interest?
I actually don't. Yeah, I don't. I'm not sure about that. Maybe like Max or Chicken from P-War, maybe. But
yeah,
I personally don't know if they've contacted the devs about stuff. Probably about bugs, but
yeah, haven't we all? Perfect. Well, that's really cool. If people are trying to join HSC, should they reach out to y'all? Should they just look for somebody with an HSC tag in Discord? What's the best place to go?
Yeah, they can reach out to us, but they also can reach out to Lobo. He's on Discord. We've also got I think our invite is public now. It's on the BN Hideout. So
there's
a bunch of places to join us. Pretty much, I think actually our invite link, anybody can send it out now. So honestly, if you just see anybody with an HSC tag, they can probably invite you to the server. And our onboarding stuff is pretty easy. You just have to send a few screenshots, and we can get you verified and stuff like that.
And then collect your data.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Clace, everyone's got different schedules, man. I hear you. I couldn't do the data keeping that y'all do. That's very impressive. Kind of out of my wheelhouse here. I'm very rudimentary. I'm kind of getting Floyd and Morgan vibes from y'all.
That's more of our other members. We don't do as much of that stuff. It's mostly, and it's also incremental. It doesn't take place over one day. It's definitely a long-term project for a lot of this stuff.
But that's awesome, and doing that kind of stuff really helps with the game. So I'm happy to see that there are people invested in it like that. All right, so guys, I'm going to go ahead and present a list. We'll get closed out of here. We'll go ahead and take a look at all of the Yeah. So here are all the guilds. Can y'all see my screen? Check. Can y'all
Yeah.
see my screen too? Perfect. So here's page 1 and page 2. I really hope I'm not missing anybody. If I'm missing anybody, please let me know, and we will get you added right away. I'm tracking about 30 guilds here. One is the German hideout, which we'll note that's just a place for German-speaking players to hang out, not really a guild. But we're gonna get into this. There are a lot of familiar faces for me here tonight. There's some that I'm not so familiar with, and we'll talk about that. Yeah, so we have a bunch of different categories for tonight. And I want you to be thinking about these guilds in terms of the first 3 boss strikes. Does that make sense? So I think after the first 3 boss strikes, I think some will be kind of the same, but there's going to be a whole lot that's going to be a whole lot different. So with that being said, my question is for the first guildie prediction on here is which guild will be the first guild to disappear? Which one's going to go away? Which one's going to self-implode?
That's a real question.
I know. So I'm not expecting answers. So I'm going to kind of talk. I'm going to think out loud, and then y'all can kind of chime in the conversation and kind of let me know. And here's the criteria for first guild to disappear. It has to be a guild that all 3 of us have heard of before. We don't have to know it well, but it has to be a guild that we can't see to be like, oh, that's a new. I haven't heard of that one.
Wow, we are just stirring the pot. Okay.
We are Battle Nations YouTubers. We were born to stir the pot.
So true. All right.
Alrighty. Well, we'll go here. HSC, which is a very strong contender for my pick for tonight.
Okay.
But HSC, very familiar. They have the free-to-play guilds. We have P-War in here. I'm a part of P-War. We have the Athenians and the Spartans. Very competitive. Some might say too competitive. But no, it's just me having a hard time with the Rex. We have Morgan's Mammoths with competitive guilds. I'm not sure how they're doing. I know they're still relatively around.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Ask me this question like 2 weeks ago, I probably would have said but they seem to have, even now. I think that they're doing okay. They're coasting right now, so I think they're probably fine for the time.
They're kind of staying out of the spotlight here. Yeah. I think that's kind of a good play.
They did recently go public though. I think you can join their Discord. Yeah, I'm in there.
Yeah, they're taking some notes. They're doing some right moves right now in terms of trying to get back out there. So props to them for that. We have new Karistan Republic Casual Guild. I have not heard of them. Have y'all heard of these guys?
I'm in New Karistan, like as a visitor.
Okay.
Yeah, barely. I've not heard a whole lot, but I'm not super active in the other Discords.
Okay. Gotcha. And we have Silent Corpse Syndicates. I have heard of them before. Have y'all heard of them?
I have not. No.
Only from this picture. I've seen this picture a whole bunch of times, but
I've seen a bunch too. I want to say they're around, but we'll see. We have GF. We have Goodfellas. We're familiar with that. BTN. We have Birch Tree Nation. We have Free to Win. I feel like I've seen Free to Win around a lot earlier, but I see them less now.
Yeah, I believe leadership changed hands, and so there was a little bit of turbulence there. But
gotcha.
They seem to have a handful of consistent members, and that's the most that I've seen. I don't know if they're gaining a ton more right now, but
they have. Whenever Denis left Free to Win and went to P-War, they were at like 41 or 42 members, and now they're at like 80. So after the BNAP interview, they kind of doubled in people on there. Yeah, I think people were pretty impressed. I don't know if you guys saw Pongo's like tracking sheet or website that he made. Yeah, I think people were pretty impressed by that because they've doubled in membership over there.
Well, that's good for them. So I think they're going to be all right then.
At least for a bit, yeah.
We have Rebel Rejects. I'm familiar with them. PSC, that is APs. We have BSR, which is Cisna. We have External Embers. I've not heard of them. Have y'all?
Eternal Embers. I have heard of them, but I haven't seen them around too much, so I don't know what they're up to.
Okay.
My only frame of reference is if I look at the main chord and I see people from that guild, or if it's talked about in HSC server for whatever reason, like if something happens or
Mm-hmm.
a member does something, I don't know, but
Sure.
I haven't seen them around a whole lot recently.
Okay. Okay, that's good to know. We have UWU Prowlers. I've not seen these guys. Have you all seen these guys?
I have. They're actually pretty.
You haven't seen the Uwu Prowlers?
So it's called UU?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's Uwu,
Yeah.
unfortunately. Yeah. No, they are around. They're pretty big. They at least have an active Discord, if nothing else.
Okay, so vibes I'm getting is this is like the horny guild. Is that?
Yeah.
You can put it like that. There's some questionable media on that side,
Yeah,
but
they do
Zio's
have a
really
channel
cool.
dedicated to that stuff. So
Yeah,
This-
Zio's really cool, the leader of their guild, and they got a
Okay.
pretty like solid following. They found a niche for sure. They have
Yeah.
almost 200 people on their Discord, so I'll give them that.
Okay, good for them. Well, I love seeing these guilds come apart. I'm roasting it looks like a blend of silver wolves and furries and
it is.
and their
Their original
PFPs.
image was Shroud. So
Yeah. I'm gonna need to make a video just
Okay.
ranking the horniest guilds in Battle Nations. No, that'll be for the next Guildies. That'll be for the next Guildies. And moving on to a less horny guild
Definitely.
here, we
Almost
have
the opposite end. Yeah.
BNA, BNG. BNA, as you all are familiar, is a guild from the OG game. Very good group of people. I'm very familiar with them. I'm in their Discord. I used to be in BNA back in the day, so have some attachment there. But yeah, I'm sure you all have heard of them too. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yep.
Perfect. We have the Empire. UWU. Yeah, I butchered that one a little bit. We have the Empire, which is Imps Guild. Y'all interviewed Emperor. That was a ton of fun to watch. We have RAE, Core, WTF, GOA. I feel like they need some branding focus there. I just feel
They
like it's a little bit.
they actually changed names to the old guard.
Yeah,
I don't
they
know
said
how.
So the fifth rebrand.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I think it's because they've absorbed a few other guilds, and I think they've actually fact check me. Didn't they?
They were
align
from
themselves with
the
Freedom?
OG. Yes, they did. But
Yeah.
they were like an OG guild. Like all 4 of those guilds in their name were OG guilds, and they merged back then. And they just kind of moved the name over to this one. But I guess they wanted to rebrand because I know their Discord is now the old guard, but they haven't changed like the PFP yet. So I think that they're probably working on it.
Yeah, they're probably working on it.
Okay. Alrighty. We have UED, which looks like to be a semi-casual guild.
Mhm.
We have the Goonwalkers, the GW. I have heard of them. Casual guild. They're semi-competitive, semi-casual. Is that correct? Is that safe to say?
Probably. I haven't heard a whole lot about them actually. Funny enough, I think I've seen maybe one person in that guild, but that's just because I don't keep up. But I don't know anything about Goonwalkers.
Okay. And we have Imperial Vanguard, which is a semi-casual guild. We have Constant Killings, which is a competitive guild. I have not heard of them yet. That's KK. One away from being a little shady. We have Cabbage Nation. I believe that is the Chinese guild.
Yes. Yeah.
The infamous the infamous Cabbage Nations.
Yeah, Chinese Nation. I'm just gonna give you a warning. They are not for my pick of one that's going to fall off first.
No.
Everybody says is every time there's a discussion about the top guilds, nobody really knows exactly how strong they are, but everybody's scared of them. So I'm not.
Have you all played a video game in the last 10 years?
Yeah, no, they go so hard over. I don't know where they find the time to do this stuff, but like,
Yeah.
we're all talking about MM or HSC or P, where we're gonna be number 1, and Cabbage Nation is gonna get tier 16 and blow all of us out of the water, and it's not gonna be close.
Alrighty. We have Chumbed Kaneki Nation, a semi-competitive guild. I'm not familiar with them. And then we're going to speed run here. We're not going to do this for everyone, by the way. I'm just doing a quick introduction for the guilds. This would be the longest stream ever if I did it like this.
Yeah.
We have BOA, Blackwater Ops Alliance. I have heard of them. I haven't seen them too much recently. We have Murder of Crows, which is a casual guild. We have Gilded Glory, casual guild. The Mandalorians, competitive guild. I have not seen them. We have the Empire's Finest, which is semi-competitive. We have Boggle Nation, which is a competitive guild. And we have the 82nd Imperial Fellas, which is a competitive guild.
Yeah. That last page, I think a few of those are some late additions.
Late additions.
Yeah, because Lobo, the one who makes this infographic, he's a part of the HSC family. He's
Yeah.
the leader of BSC and stuff. We'll see him get pinged when a new guild pops up, and he'll just add it to the infographic. So some of those second page additions are a little bit smaller and brand new.
Okay. All right. So here are my rules. You have to choose a competitive guild. It can't be listed as a casual guild. You have to choose a competitive guild, or you can no comment it. But I'm going to comment it. I'm going to stir the pot.
Okay.
And it kind of has to be one you're familiar with. It can't be like, I heard of them. So my pick for guild that I think is going to fall off or not disappear, but guild that's going to kind of the guild, and if they want to come on the podcast and have the conversation about it, I'd love to. But based on what y'all were saying and kind of just how I'm feeling, and more so from a branding perspective, I think I'm going to go RAE. I think RAE absorbs so many, and they don't have a solid brand. With some leadership structure changes, we'll see how it goes. I would love to be proved wrong there, but I think that's my prediction for the first Guildie. I can't wait to be proved wrong, though.
Yeah. I am kind of in the same spot here. I think just because they don't seem to have a super consistent image, I feel like if they don't clean that up, they might be the first one that's looking to be absorbed by a different guild. Because that's usually what happens, is a lot of the members just flock to the same guild.
Yep.
And so that's my guess. I'm in the same spot.
Perfect.
I probably would have chose someone who, like, we haven't really heard of or haven't really seen, because I think, especially with the game being so small right now, that publicity matters a lot.
Yes.
To kind of grab as many, like, there's not that many people to grab up. So grabbing as many people as you can is super important. And the guilds that we don't see anyone like repping their tag, or we haven't heard anyone about, like, this late when guilds are about to come out, I feel like that's a bad, like, omen for them moving forward. Like, people should know who you are at this point in time, I feel like.
Yeah, but I'm going to kind of go to Clace here, and I do share this sentiment. So, guys, just taking a look here. Quick math is showing, what is this? 6x4, so 24 guilds here, and call this another 6 here. So call that 30 guilds. So this is showing 30 guilds, right? You multiply that. Let's say 2/3 of these have feeders, so an alt guild. That's 50 guilds. You multiply that by 100. That's 5,000. That's 5,000 members, right? You tracking? Yeah. From the last update that we got, there are at least, and probably closer to 30,000 at this point, but there are at least 20,000 players in this game. So that's only 1/4 expect for a 1/4 having a slot for guilds. I mean, some of these are casual on here.
Yeah. Those numbers are pretty generous as well. I know that a lot of these only have a handful of people, like the smaller ones.
Yeah.
So, honestly, I think we talked about this on one of our past podcasts. But if somebody's not already in the guild, they probably don't meet the requirements for the better guilds, or they're waiting for some reason. Which, as soon as guilds get launched, they're just going to get snatched up by one of the better guilds. Yeah. So really getting yourself out there as a small guild is probably the most important thing that you can do right now. And getting everybody to rep your tag specifically, because when I don't see a guild tag next to somebody's name, I assume that they're, free game, that they're just going to join or that they're down to join a bigger guild. So making sure that all your members are actually representing
Branding all of your players.
Yeah, exactly.
Initiation fee. Yeah.
Yeah, you need people to know that your guild is going to be competitive.
Okay. But I do like Clace is a good example. Like Clace, I know is a generally like pretty good player. He just got Discord from watching my videos.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have Discord, so he's completely like he just got it. So he's like all this information that we're giving him right now is either through YouTube or through some other platforms. Like he's not as like hip to the guild game as some other people who spend a lot of time in Discord might be. So I do think there's a big player base that isn't being accounted for. Like 100%. I think guilds are very Discord heavy right now.
Yeah, I mean, that's we can meet.
Sorry, what?
I was just saying that's the only place that we can meet for guilds. So yeah, we're all on Discord basically. So you're not wrong. Anybody who's not on Discord isn't going to be a part of the community.
But they're going to be a hot commodity too if they're they're leveled up and they haven't been claimed yet.
My opinion on it is like there will be. He says that there will be more better guilds. My opinion on it is there will definitely be way more guilds. I think a ton are going to crop up like when it's officially released in the game. But in terms of them being better, like that level of organization and, you know, like I was talking about earlier with like research and stuff like that, it's just not going to be there if they're not all together like on a Discord or something like that. So in terms of better, I think we pretty much have the best that we have right now. And I don't think any guild that randomly crops up on the game is going to be able to match that, no matter who their players are.
What I think is that when guilds do drop, when the update drops, there's going to be a massive influx of guilds because you're going to just be able to make one when you want to. But I think in like 6 months' time from when guilds release, only like 1% of the guilds that popped up are actually going to stay around. For the new guilds specifically.
Yeah.
99% of those are just going to fall off because they only had like 2 people in it to begin with.
Yeah.
And so I think once guilds are released, you might just want to vet which guild you're joining first.
Yep. I kind of disagree. I think that more are going to stay around. I think the one thing, and I kind of tried to get y'all to allude to it earlier, is the one thing that I think really makes or breaks a guild, in my oh so humble opinion, is culture.
True.
I think, you know, what activities you have. I know some people have poker nights, some people have movie nights, some people have, you know, this swath of information. Others have, you know, mock boss strikes. People have all these sorts of things that attract you to their guild. And at the end of the day, I think maybe this just goes for me, but I think a lot of people would sacrifice maybe one tier to go to a place that's a better culture fit for them.
Yeah, you know, I was actually gonna say that, but I thought that it was like one of your stereotypical type answers because like every guild has a community.
Yeah, it's important though. It's important.
It is for sure. I think we have a great. I think, like for instance, Raycore and or no, let's do Uwu and Gilded Glory. They have a comp and a casual guild, but the two of them have split servers. Like they're just an allied guild. So like,
people have allied guilds already?
Yeah. But like HSC, our casual guild is a part of our server. Like it's a part of HSC,
yeah, it's integrated,
even though they exist separately, and that helps a lot. Like with there being, you know, whenever you stick all the competitive players in one little box, it can be kind of like an echo chamber of people all talking about like the same things and having like elitist points of view. And it's nice to have the casual people there as well to kind of give you like, you know, sometimes it's okay to just relax and it's not a grind fest 24/7 all the time. But I thought it was a little, you know, stereotypical and I wanted to throw something else out there. But I do agree. I think people will, like the people who want to grind will find themselves in the top, and 90% of the guilds in the game will just be like tier 10 to 12.
Okay. Yeah, I'm tracking with that. And guys, we're we're going to give you a lot more Guildies predictions coming up here shortly. For the time being, a little bit of self promo, a little bit of promo for the Boom Bust Radio. Go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button on the video. It does a ton. And if you need the link again, just shoot me a message, guys. Make sure to go subscribe to the Boom Bust Boys. Or Boom Bust Radios. Sorry.
It's a difference.
Make sure to go subscribe to the Boom Bust Radio. Seriously, it is a really nice listen to. I've had a ton of fun. They have 2 episodes out right now. They come on 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Thursdays. It's a really fun listen. I'm a big go to bed early, get up early kind of guy, so I'm generally on replay gang. But it's still a ton of fun. I mean, it's a lot of great content, a lot of stuff that if you're interested in the game, you're going to get. It's an exciting listen. It's an engaging listen. They're going to talk about topics that you've thought about or want people to expand on more. So it's a really, really good place to go, kind of, get your Battle Nations fix on YouTube. So highly recommend going to check them out, and make sure to do so if you haven't already. But yeah, with that, let's get into our next category. Wookie and Yugami, do y'all want to push anything? Any other pages you're trying to push, or is that it?
I'm here.
I'll let you take the wheel for now, unless I come up with something I really want to talk about.
Perfect. Alrighty. Well, getting on into our next gilded category. This is going to be the biggest underdog. This is somebody who we think is flying a little bit under the radar right now, but is going to surprise a lot of people. And maybe not in the first one, but maybe, and again, we're thinking about this through the first 3 boss strikes. So maybe a guild that's in the top 5, even top 3 by the end.
What guild will establish themselves the most, essentially?
Yeah, well, you're gonna kind of take a look. This is a guild that you're gonna see in the top 5, top 3 by end of boss strike 3, and you're gonna be like, oh, yeah, I'm kind of surprised about that. I didn't know if I saw that coming.
Yeah. Okay.
But I'm going through. Here are my 3 finalists for this category, and we can have a little discussion about it. I'm gonna do BNA, BSR, and I'm also gonna do UWU. That was one that I kind of added at the end there. Y'all spoke pretty fondly of them. Go ahead.
We actually, just a little tiny bit. We talked about this on our last episode that we're about to release, and some of my picks are actually really similar. I know last week, or when we were recording, Wookie did mention UED as a potential.
What? Oh no! They're just my favorite. Like the small guild.
As I think that they could be an underdog, honestly, because you brought them up previously. So I like some of the people in UED. I think I agree though. Uwu Prowlers is probably my pick for the underdog.
Okay. All right, on to you.
Shoot, it's between BNA and BSR. I think that they're like little low flyers. I guess maybe I don't want to say low flyers because BSR has like 160 members and BNA has like 240 or 50.
Okay.
And I just don't know enough about them to gauge like what the quality of their players are. Like how many like super high tier grinders, and so I don't even know what their requirements are because they're not public.
Yeah.
I do think if I had to pick one of those 2, I would probably go BNA just based off of player count. I think that they will establish themselves pretty quickly, like compared to other guilds. So I would probably pick them as the biggest underdog.
Yeah, they do have that legacy name there too, along with BSR, and I think I'm gonna agree with you here. I think I'm gonna go. BNA is gonna be my prediction for most underrated. What's going on, Dune? Good to see you. Welcome on in. But yeah, I think BNA is in. This is a catch-22. Are they underrated if we're saying they're underrated?
Yeah, see, that's my point. They're pretty big, honestly. Like they have at least a decent amount of people in their Discord. So I don't know if they qualify for an underdog. They're up there.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. Alrighty, but that's our picks. We're gonna move on to our next category here. This is the winner of the first boss strike. You have to pick the winner.
Oh my god.
Should we say it on 3?
Yeah. I like that. I like that.
1, 2, 3. Cabbage Nation. Yeah. Okay.
Come on. I have to
That's
the guild somehow.
That's the cop out answer because everyone's gonna say that.
If it isn't the cop out answer, if it's true though.
I guess not. It's just like
We don't know
it's
anything
just
about
so.
them.
What do you do about it? You literally can't do anything about it. They have like 600 members, which blows out all of like anyone on like the US EU side.
Yeah.
And the like the Chinese player base has a reputation for just being absolutely crazy at games like these, like the mobile gaming market especially. So it'll probably be them, unfortunately.
Yeah, we'll see. As of right, my one question. So here's my one question on that is, Boss Strike isn't super competitive, I would say. Positive racism.
Okay.
Switching topics slightly.
Yeah.
Boss Strike isn't necessarily a head-to-head for guilds by any means, right?
No.
So if we both, if MM and Cabbage Nation are both at tier 15, there's no, and neither of them can get to tier 16, and they've established that. There's no reason that one is going to want to outdo the other in points. They're both at tier 15. There's no extra rewards for being the first in points, is there?
I mean,
Guild pride and ego. That's it.
Bragging rights is the obvious answer.
All right, well, I don't think either of those guilds needs an ego boost.
No.
That's true. That's very true.
Definitely
But-
not.
But yeah, so we'll see about that. And all right, so that's our winner for the first one. Our next one is going to be, okay, so fast forward, it is June 2026. Let's say we've had 5 boss strikes in this game.
What? 5? That's a lot.
5 is a lot.
Six boss strikes in this game.
Okay, we're going up. All right.
Yeah, we had one every month back in the day.
No, I don't see Madrona doing. I think at best they do it every 2. That's where I'm placing it.
All right. So bear with me here. So
Okay.
it has been 6 boss strikes with
Okay.
whatever future date you have a match. Actually, no, we need to set a date. This will work better.
Okay.
You can go
Set-
back
set
and
a
look
date,
on this.
set a date.
June 30th of 2026.
All right.
There is now a measurable way to measure out how strong a guild is, right? Some sort of, how they
Sure.
performed in boss strikes.
Yeah, a magical
Um,
metric. Got it.
The magical metric. HSC has all the magical metrics, so I'm
Yes,
sure
of
you will
course.
figure it out. Out of the top 10 guilds in the game by that date, how many of them do you think we're looking at on the screen right now? And how
Ooh.
many do you
For
think
top
are
10?
are under the rate, haven't been even created yet? You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so top 10 of like the picture that we can see right now.
No, so I'm not asking you to list out top 10. I'm saying
How
there are
many on
there
the
are
screen
top
now?
there are 10 I can't speak English. There are top 10 guilds on June 30th, 2026. How many of those guilds have already been created, and how many are guilds that nobody's heard of or haven't even been created yet?
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I think genuinely, I feel like it's 6 of them have been made already. And
Okay.
We're just waiting for the last few to either pop up or at least show up on the radar.
Yeah, and this means rebrand too. So if your guild goes through a rebrand, it's not the same. It doesn't count. It's a new
All right.
guild.
Do you want to have a hot take?
Let's hear it.
Every top 10 guild on June 30th has already been made. There will be no guild made afterwards that will be able to take that spot.
Like from now on, you don't think that there's another guild that could come up?
Maybe even farther in the future, but only like 6-8 months. All of them are here right now.
Okay.
We just don't know who and in what place.
That's a hot take.
My thing on it is that it's literally just a player-based thing. If players are going to join a guild, they're probably like going to want. Okay, most people who are top grinders have already found a spot. Let's say like probably 80% of them. If they are dedicated and they grind the hell out of this game, they probably have already looked for a guild to join and be a part of.
Yeah.
So everyone after that is just going to be like lower tier, down, moving down. And I think that people who want to be like in the top guild are going to find one that already exists. And all the guilds made after are going to be on the more like casual or like tier 10, tier 12 side.
Okay. So Dune is saying, and I'm kind of with Dune here. He doesn't know. I think Drama will split off guilds and create new guilds from top players, and they're going to be good day one.
They won't have enough people. Even if HSC split completely in half on both sides, that would only be enough to make 80 players on, each guild, or 200, or excuse me, 100 on each guild. If 100 and 100.
Yeah.
And they would be good, but all it would do is tank both guilds. If, let's say, HSC is like, tier 14, tier 15. Now both guilds are probably going to be like tier 12 each because they just don't have enough combined good players to carry them high enough. That's kind of the way that I see it.
I will say this question and this list doesn't take into account feeder guilds. Back in the day, there were some pretty strong feeder guilds for the top guilds that themselves placed very well. So I think, actually, I could change my answer. I think that there's probably only one or two more guilds that will be made past this point that are actually going to be a top 10 contender going into the future. Because I think that our second guild has some decent potential, a year in the future.
So,
sorry, you go ahead.
So just want to get kind of quick answers here. Ulki, and I'm sorry if I'm butchering that.
No, you're good. You're good. You're just actually saying it right. You're good.
So you're saying it's chalk, right? We're not seeing any changes, right?
For June 30th, yeah. If we're talking way later down the line, then things will change. But for just a couple months in the future, I think we're pretty set where we're at right now.
And Yugami, you're saying
one or two.
One or two. All right, we'll put you at 1.5.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 50%. I think 50%. I think that
generous.
I think that I think that we are going to see a tremendous and I'm seriously mean a tremendous amount of migration between guilds after the first boss strike.
Oh, for sure. It is going to be an absolute disaster. After first boss strike and point totals come out and there's a visual representation for how strong a guild is, there is going to be people are going to be jumping ship and moving all. It is going to be a freaking disaster.
It is going to make the MM scandal night look like nothing.
Yeah,
I mean, the amount of drama. I mean, it's going to be quite rambunctious, and that's going to be wary times for guilds. Who can hold their own, who's not going to get down, who's not going to jump ship, try and merge. All these things happen in games, and y'all have played mobile games before, I'm guessing, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
So we've all seen this happen before. I think I just think we're going to see some changes. And Dune here kind of highlights a good point too. Is we haven't seen marketing for this game. This game could very quickly shoot up from 20K to 100K players as soon as the marketing money starts getting poured into this game. A huge amount of new players are going to pour in, and a respectable percentage for that is going to be good. Good to form insane guilds. I mean, there are whales. There are people who are sitting out there right now who are unaware that they're going to spend thousands of dollars on Battle Nations in their lifetime.
Wow.
Yeah, that was one of them.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. They got a little notification on their phone one day. It seemed rather innocent. They downloaded this. They said, "We'll give it a try," and they are now maxing out their credit cards to get more nanos.
Wow.
No, please spend in this game. And if you can't afford to spend, that's fine. But if you spend, please be only within your means. Do not spend anything spend responsibly. So I am of the
one to talk, but yeah,
I am of the theory that chaos is going to erupt. We were all familiar that Madrona has been growing. I'm excited to see how they roll out some sort of advertising campaign. I imagine it's going to be somewhat slow at first, but I really think that the needle mover, spend your college fund on secret vaults. That is good advice from Dune. But he said that, not me. I'm just quoting Dune here. But we do have to remember that I just think all hell is going to break loose, and I'm not sure who's going to be able to withstand the tide and who's not. And from disaster, new things emerge. So we'll see. I mean, I'd love to check back in post first boss strike and kind of take the temperature a little bit.
Yeah, I think something that will happen, and it's kind of the inverse of people moving around, is people who are a part of top guilds right now who don't they don't realize how much effort they're going to have to put into this first boss strike will drop out and become not as competitive.
I could see that happening.
Yeah. In terms of
go ahead.
In terms of how many good players is a good guild need, depends on if they're going to run 80 or 100 for their strike. I think that's how many they need. Just because, you're only as strong as your weakest link, and if you're trying to really rack up the point totals, if I contribute, 1 million points, but our weakest player only contributes 100K, if we're trying to push for a high tier, he needs to meet my 1 million for my, if I earn anything extra, we need to even each other out. So all my extra is extra instead of just enough to get us to a point. If what I'm saying makes sense.
I'm tracking.
If tier 12 needs 12 million points and I earn 1 million of them, right? And okay. If tier 12 needs 1 million points and all 100 players need to earn 100,000 points to get there. If I earn 200,000 points, I've now covered 2 players essentially. If our weakest player earns 0, my 200K is now just going into the full 100 instead of us effectively having 101 members because I'm making extra points. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's the way that I think about it.
So I'm picking up what you're putting down. I mean, I think we'll have to realize that at the end of the day, this is a mobile game, so there are going to be people who play more than others, and
for sure,
shit comes up. I mean, it really depends what you value as a good guild, or what your goals are for boss strike or guild wars when they eventually come, or any of those rankings. So, yeah, I mean, if you don't want to have the number 1 guild, it's probably going to be a little more cutthroat, and that's something.
100%. Yeah.
So guys, we got a couple more guildies I want to give out, and then we're going to kind of wrap it up here. I really appreciate your time tonight. We have, sorry, I'm taking a look at my notes here. Who's the most overrated guild? And
question.
And I know that's going to stir the pot a little bit, and we all look and see, I mean, I probably would have said MM a couple weeks ago. But I think they've done probably a really good job with sort of this rebrand I've seen them do. So they're flying a little bit under. What?
Overrated? That's it's hard to tell because there's not any good metrics right now, right? Like, there's no way for us to measure how good of a guild we are without boss strikes. So
This is why this is a prediction. We're not giving out the reward just yet.
I see. Do I want
You don't
to
have to answer.
spot?
I'll give you some final contestants here. Actually, let's skip this one for right now. Let's skip this one. I have some guesses. I'll pocket
Yeah,
them and
I
then
have an answer.
and then claim that I was right. Okay, you want to say it or you want to?
And then we can skip past it for right now.
All right.
Okay.
All right, perfect. We have, you have to give your top 5 for the first boss strike in terms of points. Or
we actually already did this.
All right, well,
Sorry, go ahead.
perfect. Let's hear it.
Okay. My top 5 was, this is in no order because I don't really know how the orders are going to shake down.
Sure.
HSC, P-War, MM, CN, and then for my number 5 spot, I think it will come down to either Emps Guild or BNA.
Yeah.
Interesting. No PSC in there.
I haven't seen a lot from.
I'm just
them.
messing with y'all. I'm just
Yeah,
messing with y'all.
Well, I don't
Genuinely, I
know.
haven't seen a ton of people in their guild, so I don't know what the average player strength looks like, right? So
What I can't wait for is essentially to have guild wars and then have the 2 YouTuber guilds battle each other all on live stream.
Oh my god. How
Yeah.
toxic could that possibly get?
So you have like the AP people and the imp people at each other's corners, just some Battle Nations drama content is what we need.
It's the best. Truly,
I know.
truly the content that we need.
Truly, and I can't wait.
Do you have a different top 5?
It's BNA, P-War, HSC, MM, and CN are my top 5.
Okay, so pretty much the same as ours.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think PSC is probably my one sleeper. I think that's flying very under the radar. I think AP has a lot of pull.
True, 100%.
He does.
I haven't seen a lot of their players.
Mhm.
Maybe just people aren't repping their tag. This is what I was going back to earlier.
Yeah.
If you don't rep your tag, I don't know what guild you're a part of, so I can't
Yep.
judge your guild.
Yeah, I mean, you might just this might just be like what guild talks the most.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, that's true.
but we'll get all those stats. Questions will be answered. Feuds will be had. Hearts will be broken after the first boss strike. Which leads me into my closing comments. One that I find myself talking about more and more every week. But I want to get y'all's opinion on this, and I know you've touched on it before, so just humor me here. Dates, not specific dates, because I've already butchered that one. When do you think we see guilds, and when do you think we see boss strike?
So, I know Madrona. They gave 2 options the last time that I remember talking to them, or them talking to us about it. They said that either I'm trying to remember exactly what it was. It was like if guilds come out before December, then boss strike is going to come very far after. So probably like sometime in later December, like January.
Okay.
If guilds come out in December instead of November, then boss strike will follow very quickly. That's what I remember them saying. I think
I'm gonna need to see the receipts.
Max has them somewhere. No, I don't trust, or I mean I trust that you need them, but Max has them somewhere because he was the one who asked, and that's what Alex told him. But I'm thinking, and I actually really hope that boss strike is in January. As much as I want it to come now, I want it to be in January because of holidays. Like, so many people are going to be busy for holidays and stuff that I feel like it's going to hinder a lot of guilds and how good they do, because a lot of their members are going to be like distracted.
Yeah.
In January, that stuff kind of clears up. So
you think like all right, just taking a look, and I'm looking at my calendar here real quick. So you're thinking like, ooh, what would you say about New Year's Day to January 5th. That's a Thursday through Monday.
That would still be very busy for some people.
Yeah. So you think push it from the 8th to the 12th?
I think that we're gonna get guilds around or after Christmas.
January, everyone's in the
Holy
gym.
cow! If we get guilds, Madrona, if you're watching this, I'm sorry to say this, but if we get guilds after Christmas, it is so grits for this player base. People are already complaining about like there not being a whole lot to do now. If they have to wait another month and a half to see just guilds be implemented, oh my god, these people are gonna be like mindless husks by the time boss strike comes out.
That's true.
We'll be fine. I'm not worried about
we'll
it.
be fine for sure, but it would be. I think it would be a cute Christmas gift if they gave us guilds, right? So, I think, either way, I think guilds are happening sometime in December, honestly, and the boss strike will be mid-January.
I think guilds are December 1st. I think boss strike is either the start of January, that first weekend, or in the middle of January.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, I'm kind of leaning that way. I think we'll probably see guilds either by this weekend or not until December 1st, honestly. Because I would hope that the devs can take some time off for Thanksgiving. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. A little bit of a shorter one tonight. We're still well over an hour. What I'm going to do here first and most importantly is, guys, we got them 1 subscriber tonight. We can do a little bit better than that. I'm going to go ahead and post their link in there, guys. If you can go ahead and go subscribe to the Boom Bust Radio for me, that would be fantastic. Again, they are Thursday nights at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And they have special guests on all the time. And I do want to read what Dune is saying here real quick. I mean, I'm free to play. I'm max level. I don't have a lot of different units, but I still have a lot to rank up and upgrade. So I'm hoping it comes later. TBH. Perfect, Clace. You were the man. Thank you for that. Although they're not very time zone friendly to you. So sorry about that.
It's okay. We upload all of our VODs on Thursdays, and then we do well, the streams are in the HSC Discord. Like, if you ever want to catch one live, you can just ask for the, just ask in general for the role, and we'll give it to you, so that way you can join. But actually, our most recent one that's coming out on Thursday, we actually did talk about guilds and talked about boss strike as well.
Replay gang, I love it. Yeah.
Our last episode, we had Emperor on, and that one was a lot of fun, talking about units and such.
Yep, listen to that. But yeah, do y'all have anything else you want to promote? We've got a good conversation going about Boom Bust Radio and HSC. Any other promos? Anything else you want to kind of go over here? Or?
I think that about covers it, honestly.
I have a personal one. I just put out a suggestion on the VN main court about
All right, and good night, everyone.
All right, wait.
All right, no, let's go check it out here.
Oh, we're gonna check it out on stream. Okay, this is fire.
Of course, we're gonna check it out on stream.
It's kind of a long one.
Yeah, maybe
Yugami and Lobo helped me make some like little graphics for it as well.
Oh, good.
It's a long one. Yeah.
All right, give me your elevator pitch here. Elevator speech.
All right, hot take. This might be a hot take to some people. I think that boss strike is a terrible game mode. I'm sorry. I think that it is. Like, as much as I love it because it's what we got, it is kind of lazy because it's literally just 5 waves of enemies that we're already fighting, right? And to get high tiers means that you just put in 5, 6, 7, 8 hours every single day of the strike if you want to be a top tier guild. And I think that for the premier source of PvP or PvE content in the game, actually our next episode of Boom Bust is going to be about side content that we can add into the game. But for the premier experience of PvE, it should be a like fully customizable event where you can really flex all the grinding that you do by increasing the difficulty and changing like different things about it. So the pitch is, if you want to just look at the infographics at the bottom, they probably sum it up the best. One, you can select a difficulty if you want to make the strike harder for yourself and earn
Yeah.
more points. So for the people that can't play 5, 6, 7 hours a day on like a regular difficulty, you can ramp it up and earn yourself more points in a shorter amount of time, as long
Okay.
as you're still a grinder. And then for the modifier section, you can choose specific modifiers to like also increase the difficulty. They're less like flat increases, and they're more of like fun things like final boss, the strike leader will join in on the last wave of the strike, or
Hmm.
like
Yeah, go to the next set of pictures, and they're on there. They're on there.
or like haunted. So like if you were to kill an enemy, a specific enemy, they'll leave behind like an after image that can still attack and interact, but you can't interact with it, and it doesn't go away until the wave is over.
Okay.
Stuff like that, just to give boss strike a little more variety. I think it needs to be more than just like, because all the decision making is made before the strike comes out between guilds. Like, these are the formations we're going to run against this strike right here. I think that players should be able to choose how difficult and how like they want to go about their strike.
Yeah, I hear you, and I'd kind of love to continue this conversation down the road. But yeah, that's a great suggestion. So let me go ahead and give that a good like. I appreciate
Nice.
you doing that, and yeah, guys, I really appreciate y'all hanging out with us tonight. That was a ton of fun. I'd love to be a part of y'all someday. I'll have to everyone in the chat, I'll have a stream schedule altered for the holidays coming out here. So I'll make sure to keep everyone updated about that. I got some business travel coming up here soon. But we will make sure to keep sending content your way. Guys, thank you for tuning in to another week of Battle Nations Radio. This has been a ton of fun. Thank you to Boom Bust Radio. Go check them out. And as always, we'll see you next time.
Yeah, thank you. This was a lot of fun. I quite enjoyed this a lot.